Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney, and today we are back in my dining room, which does not have purple wallpaper and green paint. Some of you saw green, so weird. Imagine all this dusty blue. But anyways, you guys, we are back because, as you guys know, a project is never fully finished. And I worked my butt off to get the last dining room video completed and wrapped up because I really just needed to move it behind me. But there are some things that I still want to do in here. We need to reupholster the bench. I need to add some curtains for privacy on the windows, the cafe curtains. And then there's something else I'm just like not remembering right now. But anyways, just a couple little things to wrap up this room. Oh, the tile on the fireplace. So I got the top part of it done, but I still need to do the bottom part. I got more tile in, so we'll do that. And also my son has decided that he doesn't want to nap. So much fun. I knew this day was coming, but I was hoping I had like at least like 6 more months. So anyways, I know it's probably gonna be like an on and off game, and this is just me telling myself this. You don't need to know this. All that being said is I was supposed to make the cafe curtains today, but because he decided to skip his nap, I have less time. So we might just get to dyeing them today, and I'll probably be in another outfit and we'll do the curtains, and none of that matters to you because who cares? Moving right along, I actually had this fabric when I finished the dining room, and I was gonna make the curtains, but the fabric is just way too white for this room. It's very, very stark, but it does have beautiful roses on it that complement the wallpaper without being too much. I didn't want it to be like, oh my gosh, everything's floral. And because these will most likely be open most of the time, I thought that that would be fine. But I actually want to go ahead and dye this with my tea bags. You guys know I love dyeing things with tea bags. Don't like drinking it, but I love using it. So we're gonna go ahead and just make the white a little less stark and make some cafe curtains. So let's go ahead and start there. I'm using the last of my husband's tea bags, don't tell him. You guys, it is near impossible to find a spot to film in this room that does not reflect something or like have the blinding windows in the background that just throws all of the lighting off, because the hutch has glass, so it reflects everything. This thing has a mirror, so it's reflecting everything, the windows, and then the other thing just has the security system in the background and the glass, whatever. Anyways, we landed here, so let's just go with this. So that fabric, I dyed the fabric and it's pretty, but hang on. So I dyed it and it's definitely lighter. It needs to be ironed. Unfortunately, even when I got it, I don't love the material. It's almost like a tablecloth material, which a lot of people used it for that, so I probably should have paid attention, but on it, it says upholstery fabric. So I just thought, oh, you know, you can use the same fabric like a linen for a tablecloth that you could use for curtains. So that's what I thought, but it does have a little bit of that like resistance feeling. So I am not gonna use it. I also don't want, okay, I'm gonna go against myself in a second here, but I just really don't want this room to be, I was gonna say ultra feminine. It's ultra feminine, Courtney, like obviously, but I just didn't want it to be like flowers and flowers and flowers and flowers. And what's throwing me off is I have these 2 windows here, and then I have the window on the door that I know I need to put a little cafe curtain on, but for some reason it's just throwing it. And I don't know if it's because I already had a cafe curtain on it and I didn't love it when it was next to these beautiful long curtains. Okay, so let's pause. So I decided I'm not gonna use this fabric, but I think I'm actually just gonna go ahead and use it as a tablecloth. I'm going to hem all the edges, get it to the size of my table, and this would make a really beautiful tablecloth for this room. So it's not gonna go to waste. And then we went to Joann's this morning to get some fabric choices for the cafe curtains. And what I really wanted to do is, when you have a floral pattern, it actually works really well to either go with a solid, which obviously the big curtains are, or to go with a geometric pattern, so like a stripe or a plaid. So I was really just looking for like a really pretty simple stripe. You think that would be simple? Joann doesn't have that, Hobby Lobby didn't have it, and I just really wanted this to be attainable. And I didn't want it to be something where I have to order online now and I have to wait for shipping and I have to pay for shipping and all that stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna use what I have. Joann's is local to me. So I went and I picked up 4 fabrics. I will show you these fabrics more up close. So this is the big window that I was telling you about. So what I really wanted was for the 3 fabrics to match. And so I got these 4. Immediately, I don't love this one. I think it's too busy and a little bit too pale. So that one was out. And then I liked this one. I think it looked okay. And I also love that far away. It almost looks just like a little bit of brown. And I thought it would be pretty with the curtains. But this one just looked so gorgeous. It's also just a better quality fabric, but this looks so pretty with the main curtains, but I don't love it over here with the flowers. I think it's, again, this is blue, you guys, blue. So I can't wait till I'm out of this dining room. I don't have to do any more videos in here, which is so sad, but we're moving on. Anyways, so I don't love it with these flowers. That's just too much. It's too much floral. And then this is what I basically had before. I had taken like an old IKEA curtain and just cut it down to size and just kind of slapped it up here literally. And it just wasn't what I wanted either. So then I realized, I think what my issue is this window. It's a cloudy day here as well, so I apologize for a little bit lower. I have lights in here, but you guys, it's just cloudy. So, okay, so all that being said, I have come to realization that I don't want to cover this window with fabric. We never use this, so we really don't need to have a reason to fully see outside. Get excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that pretty fabric that I told you guys, the flowers with the beige background for the cafe curtains. My only issue is they only had so much fabric, so I really hope I have enough, but I bought it. And then if you guys saw my reel where upstairs I did like a plastic film over the upstairs window, so that way we could have some privacy. It does let light in at night, but I'm really not worried about that. False alarm, there's literally nothing there. So my thought was that I could use the window film. It has like a pretty diamond pattern that would complement this window, and I'll put that on there. And I just feel like it was just too much. It was too much with all of the curtains here, but then a half curtain here just felt weird. And even if I did it in the same fabric as the fabric of the long curtains, I just feel like it would look weird. So I think that's the best solution, is just to make it different, but still give us privacy. So I'm gonna go ahead and order that. And my curtain fabric is in the wash right now. I like to do it on a rinse cycle and then dry it warm, obviously, in the dryer. And then that way that'll give it its first shrink. So if you ever have to wash it again, it should shrink minimally. So doing that, and then we're gonna go ahead and basically just measure. I'm planning on doing cafe curtains. So I have the gold bar up there on that door. I'm gonna put cafe curtains across, and then we are going to just give them a little hem, put them up with some clips. It's gonna be a really simple project. Hardest part was picking the fabric. I'm going in with the same stuff I used in the kitchen, and this is the Shade Doctor inside mount, which makes it really easy to put on the inside mount. And then I buy this set of 3 brass metal bars, and then I have a pipe cutter that I just cut them down to size. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the ends up first, and I'll measure and have those up. Oh, yeah, Harvey broke the glass too. This chair slammed into the window when I did the makeover. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah.
Mama, I need you to tie it around.
Also ignore my 2 dead trees outside. Now we can address this window. So you guys know how much my camera loves when I work in front of a window. So we're gonna do our best, but I'm gonna use my favorite product, and I use this upstairs in the bathroom. If any of you guys saw that in a reel form, I took this and I put it on my window, and that's all I did. Honestly, it's so simple, and all you need to do is add soapy water to your window, and you take like a credit card and then just, or a squeegee or something, and you just squeegee it on out. Also, squeegees are like $10 for a piece of plastic, which is ridiculous, but it looks like this. So like I said, it complements that diamond window so beautifully, and praise Jesus, hallelujah, because you never know in this house. The windows are 24 inches, which is just beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, I could cry. It's never this simple. We're not done yet, so I shouldn't cry yet, but I need to clean up a little bit around the windows. Like, they just have excess from where they put them together. But basically, you're just gonna get a really sharp, serrated edge, and I'll cut that right off. And you'll have our privacy. There's obviously backing on it, so it's gonna let in a lot more light, but I'm excited. You guys know I am. Was that making my face? I don't know how to do like a calm face. I'm always like focused. Okay, so I promise it's super easy. Once you have it cut to the correct size, we're just gonna spray with a little bit of soapy water, put it on, spray again, and squeegee, and then you can use a paper towel to clean up any mess, and we'll have our privacy. Next up, we have the fireplace tile, and for some reason I filmed this, but I didn't film me talking at all or showing the after, and I'm currently in Canada for Canadian Thanksgiving, so if you can hear a large party behind me in the background, it's a large party behind me in the background. Anyways, you guys, so if you missed it, I got these sticky tiles from Amazon, and I use them upstairs in my daughter's bedroom, but I love the way they look so much more here. This green is original, and it's really cool, but it's just a lot for me, and it doesn't match the space at all, so I found these tiles that match the paint, even though the paint looks greeny blue. It's not. It's more like a gray blue, like these tiles, and so they match perfectly, but honestly, you just stick them right on. They are fire resistant, so if your fireplace is working, you can use them. This fireplace has not worked in decades, so that doesn't matter here. But yeah, just make sure that you line them up really well so it looks like it is tile put in place, and then it's really cool because you can just cut them if there's little areas that you need to get into, and you can lift them if you need to. I try not to because then that way it just kind of has the best stickiness as possible. They are super user-friendly. You just peel the back off and place it down. And like I said, it says to use a razor blade to cut, but I found scissors to be just the easiest way. And then you can see here that I'm just putting little marks where I want to cut it, using a ruler for a straight line, and then cutting that right off. These are a great renter-friendly option, or like me, if somebody wants to take these off to unveil the original tile, they will perfectly peel off and they won't damage the original tile. So anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go enjoy some turkey, and you guys can go ahead and enjoy the rest of this video, and I hope you are having a lovely day. Okay, you guys, we've come to our final project. Hallelujah! I'm done with this room, you guys. Oh, no, I'm not. I just looked at the table. The table is another project for another day. So we're gonna go ahead and do the bench. And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I mean. So we have those beautiful 6 chairs, but unfortunately I have a very large family. I myself am one of 7. And so I wanna have enough seating, which this still isn't enough, but more seating for when family comes over, and this is the way to do it. So we got this bench at Goodwill for $9. It was actually a funny story. Anyways, and I actually decided I was gonna do the cocoa color that I did on the chairs, but the more that this bench sat in the room, I actually really just loved it. And also, this is typically the bench that the 4 little kids sit on, my nephews and my son and my other kids. So I figured it's best to just have it be super easy to wipe and wash. So I pretty much just went and got the exact same color. It was on sale. Always make sure if you go to Joann's, you check online for the coupons, because there's always something that you can stack. So it's hopefully gonna be really simple. I'm just gonna take the top off. I don't think I'm gonna cover over top of the old fabric. We'll see when I take it off what it looks like. I might take off the old one and put the new one right on, but again, hopefully it should be pretty simple, and then we're done. Also wearing this new Paris shirt I got from Target. It's an oversized fit. This is a medium. It's quite large. I'd probably get a small if I'd known it was gonna be this big, but it's supposed to be a project shirt. That's the whole reason I got it. And also just, you know, hopefully hopes for the future. We never know where this channel's gonna get. If you missed it, my goal, I told my son, I was like, if I make it to 1 million subscribers, we're going to Paris, because that's my dream vacation. But alas, I digress. Let's go ahead and cover this bench and be done with this room for now. Years later. Okay. Great. So because it has this pretty little black piece underneath, and if I try and tear this up, it's gonna rip it. But this is probably what keeps you from seeing like just raw wood. I'm just gonna go ahead and upholster right over it, which I love and I think I deserve after what I just went through. So let's do that, shall we? So a lot of you don't know this, but I actually studied under the famous Joanne Fabrique, and she said if there's ever like a little hole like this and you forgot to buy a whole new foam thing, you can just take leftover you may have from another project and just stuff it in there. And no one's the wiser. Okay, so I found this. I got a bunch of my dad's old tools. It is an electric stapler. I've never used it. We're gonna see if it works. And if it does, that's awesome, because the chairs, my thumb's still hurting. So we're gonna see if this works. And if it does, hallelujah. Just might need the extension. Oh! It has power! Oh my Lanta. Good. that is it for our dining room updates. It's currently pouring. I'm headed to my son's cross-country meet. Pray for us, because it's an hour away, and if they tell me it's canceled, it's not gonna be fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the little updates. They're little, but they make all the impact in the world, and that's what truly matters, guys. I swear. Every time I do a makeover, now I say it's little things that matter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to put a thumbs up if you did, and if I had carrot stuck to my lip that whole time, make sure to subscribe if you aren't already, because we're going upstairs to my son's room for a really intense makeover. All right, you guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you next Sunday at 2 p.m. Bye, guys.